Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Immigration USA. In this video, we're going to talk about how to obtain marriage-based green card in the USA. So we're going to break it down in this video, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so suppose that you are in the US on a non-immigrant visa, B1, B2, which is visitor visa, or F1, J1, exchange visa, or student visa, or any kind of status or out of status, for example, that's possible. So, anything that's non-immigrant visa. If you have immigrant visa, you don't need to apply for green card because that's a green card itself. But if you don't have any status or any non-immigrant visa, you can apply for green card if you found a U.S. citizen or a legal permanent resident spouse. You can obtain a green card through that marriage. But remember, the marriage has to be real, genuine, bona fide marriage based on love and also willing to found a family with your spouse. So to do that, you must be married first. You got to go and get married in the USA. Whatever state you are, you can get married and then obtain a marriage certificate. And that's going to be proof of marriage. But it has to be genuine, real marriage, okay? If you have a real marriage, you're not going to have any issue obtaining your green card. If it is not real, you're going to get caught down the line with some interview. They know how to ask questions and they can determine if whether your marriage is real or not real. So then make sure that you have a real marriage. You found someone that you fell in love with and then you want to found a family based on a real marriage. From that, you can obtain your green card with no issue because they know whether if your marriage is genuine, bona fide marriage. So once you obtain your marriage certificate, you can apply for a green card. But at first, your spouse gonna have to submit a petition, which is the I-130 petition for alien relative. And either a green card holder or U.S. citizen spouse, they can file a petition. That's the first step to submit. And now with that, your spouse must show that she or he can support you, that you can support, you have enough income to support your new spouse. You have to have a proof of that, and you have to submit some paycheck stubs and also some W-2 form, which is the income tax, that your spouse filed for the last 3 years. And that's the foundation of the I-130. You need to submit those documents first. And also they must show that both incomes, either your spouse or your spouse combined, must show that you are above the poverty guidelines, which is 125%. That's one of the requirements. So the couple must demonstrate that they have the capacity to be married financially, of course. And before we go any further, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel and smash that notification bell for more videos. And also, guys, whatever I'm saying in this video is not a legal advice. You must consult an attorney, immigration attorney, a good attorney, of course, that know the immigration law and rules. They the only one that can advise you and give you a legal advice about how to obtain a marriage-based green card. And also be sure that if you divorce before you get married, you got to make sure that if you had a wife, if you are married before and you haven't divorced yet, and then you find another one, you want to marry that person, you cannot do that. You have to make sure that you divorce first. If you are in a divorce process, make sure you finalize that first before you marry a U.S. citizen spouse or a legal resident spouse. Because if you don't do that, even if you come from outside the United States, from different country, for example, and you were married over there, you're not divorced yet, and then you come to the US and you say you weren't married before, they're gonna nail you down at the interview. They're gonna find out They're going to find out there's some way for them to find out, because the USCIS has a State Department outside, and the State Department can investigate to find out if whether you were married back home. So always tell the truth. If you tell the truth, my friend, you gonna be getting your green card. Be honest on whatever you do. And if you have a child back home and then you're getting married here, you're trying to apply for a green card and you say you don't have a child, that can backfire as well. So make sure that you tell the truth to the immigration officer, or on the application, make sure you say that, you had a child if you have one, and make sure that if you had a wife and you divorced, make sure you mention that. And when you go to the interview, you're not going to forget anything, because you're telling the truth. When you tell the truth on your application, at the interview, you're not going to forget, because you're telling the truth. But if you give false information, you go to the interview, you most likely going to forget something, and once they find out, it's going to be very complicated to get your green card approved. So once the I-130 is approved, then you can proceed to the next step, is the apply for the green card. And with that, you're going to need to submit the form I-485, which is the adjustment of status. But that's only if you have a status that's non-immigrant. But if you don't have a legal status in the US, you have to go to a different route. You need to clean up the fact that you've been in the country undocumented for a while. You need to clean that up. So there are some waivers to fill out to apply. So again, the attorney will advise you if you are here undocumented and married to a US citizen or a legal permanent resident. So the form I-485 is the adjustment of status. So with that, you can submit your application. And while your application is pending, you can apply for a work permit, which is the I-765. That's a work authorization. And also, along with that, you can apply for the I-131, which is the travel document. So you can travel outside the US while your case is pending. But generally, it is not recommended, because if you travel outside the US while your case is pending and the case gets denied and you want to come back to the US, they're not gonna let you in. You're gonna get stuck outside. So if you have a pending application for green card, don't go anywhere. Stay in the US until you obtain your green card, and then you can travel. And now, along with the I-485, there are some other forms to submit, which is the I-864. That's the affidavit support that shows that your spouse can support you. So they want to make sure that you're not going to rely on the government to live or to survive. So the I-864, that's the affidavit support that shows that your spouse can support you financially. So the spouse has to submit 3-year tax returns and also some paycheck stubs, just to make sure that you have the financial resources, but not to rely on the government benefits. And also there's another form to submit, which is the I-693, just the medical examination. So the USCIS has some doctors certified. They can send you to one of those doctors, and those doctors will examine you to see if you don't have any disease or anything that's spreadable. If you don't have anything like that, then you are good to go. So when you go to the doctor will examine you and give you an envelope that's sealed. You cannot unseal it. And that envelope, you can take it to your interview. So now you went to the interview and ask you all these questions about your marriage. They're going to determine if the marriage is real, bona fide, based on love, and found a family. Once you did the interview and everything went well, then you obtain your green card. All right, it's going to be pending, and then during that pendency, you can get your work authorization and also the travel documents. But most likely, you're going to get approved because you show that your marriage was real, bona fide marriage, and also your spouse shows some financial support that shows that he or she can support you during those 10 years of residency until you become a US citizen. And also, once the application is approved, if you were married more than 2 years, you get a 10-year green card. But if you married less than 2 years, you get a conditional green card, and that lasts 2 years. And then after 2 years, you can submit the I-761, that's to remove the condition on your green card. Once they determine that the marriage is bona fide the marriage, then you can get your 10-year green card. And 1 year later, after the conditional green card, 1 year later, you can apply for US citizenship. And then, voila, you become a US citizen. And also, if you wish not to apply for US citizenship, you can just keep your green card and you have to renew it every 10 years. So guys, this is it. That was a video about how to obtain a marriage green card in the US. And again, on this video, this is not a legal advice. And also, if you want some legal advice, make sure you consult an immigration attorney that know the rules about marriage or any immigration issues. A good immigration attorney can help you go through that process. So guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and smash the notification bell for more videos. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.